Hey,
Yay.
it's PATHCO time with your favorite people to an extent. Yeah, so I'm DMing this week. It's B team because Mon's off doing exams.
I
Eggs
should
here
also
saying
be.
Everyone, come on!
I should also be
Everyone,
off
send
doing
your
exams,
positive
but I'm
vibes.
not.
Come on.
we're all here. Eggs here, Hags here, Ags here.
Actually.
All the G's. All the
Yep.
OGs.
All the hard G sounds. The
The
consonants.
OGs.
The
And
OGs.
no Jack.
GG, OG, RPG, PATHCO. Okay, that's
That was,
our search engine
I
optimization
know,
bank.
that was almost good, actually.
Oh.
I
Almost
think we
good.
can iterate on that.
Oh. Good.
Oh no, I forgot to prepare my
all
spell!
right. What?
I forgot to prepare my spell! My one spell, I forgot to prepare
No,
it.
you fool! You forgot to spell. You
No,
forgot to
that's
prepare
started
your
yet, but-
one spell.
It's within 50, it's within 15 minutes. Legally, you can still do it.
It's okay.
That's
I probably,
true,
I
it
probably won't get
doesn't
to use it
count as
anyway.
meta.
Just carry on, I'll find one.
Okay, buddy.
I've prepared the same things I prepared last time. It's the same.
Ah, that's convenient.
It's yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, B, you received a letter 3 days ago.
Oh, that's very interesting. What was in said letter?
Well, it was a scroll, and it was a scroll made of like weird, starchy, sort of brown-black paper, and it was sort of kept shut with a burnt matchstick.
Okay, that's interesting. Given certain other things, all right.
And it said, "We've updated our privacy policy." No,
Hey,
what it said is, for the attention of Beatrice von Beck.
hmm
Now that we have established a mutually beneficial business arrangement,
Oh, shite.
it occurs to me that I might offer you future work, as well as you offering future work to me. As such, one of my suppliers has recently been in contact with me looking for assistance regarding a matter I believe you would be suited to. In return, he would be more than happy to offer you fair wage for your services. And in return, if you were to do something for me, we would proceed with our business relationship with regards to something more relevant to your subject interest.
Indeed. And Beatrice, of course, was trying to not deal with Matchstick very much on account of him being Satan. Not literally, but almost literally. And unfortunately, her last attempts to work with the Bomb Bomb Brothers didn't go very well. She nearly blew up their caravan. So, yeah, she's kind of running low on options right now. So I think she is tempted by this. Also monies. Does it give details about the job?
It does.
Okay.
It gives a note from a merchant by the name of Sunspiel Crow, with Sunspiel being his family name.
Mhm.
And it's addressed to Matchstick, but you're able to glean from it that this merchant, a half-elf man, has made some dealings with a dwarven crime syndicate by the name of the Clay Heart.
Okay.
Following this, and following him drawing short on their deals and essentially trying to muscle them out of their own supply transport market, they have threatened to kidnap his daughter on her name day.
Oh, that's good. This is going to really help get Delta on board in a way that would have been difficult otherwise. And so B just breathes out like, "Oh, good, I can lead with this, and not just hey,
Just make it seem vaguely lawful.
yeah, yeah."
So we flash forward 3 days, and I'm actually going to change the map here because, hey, everyone loves maps.
We do. I love maps. Maps are great. Big cartographic fan.
Oh, ho, ho!
Yeah,
This is fancy!
I quite like maps.
Oh, I like it.
So we have a large ballroom, and there is what there actually is the case is it's almost like a national trust style. There is a layer of glass and then a very, very, very fine rug beneath it to create a sort of tiled dance floor. There are 3 large chandeliers hanging, and there's a multitude of various sort of merchants and people of around the daughter's age and business interests of her father's. What is what?
How old is the daughter?
How old is the daughter? She is... I didn't have a number on it. I believe when elves, in particular, she's a drow, her father being half drow. I believe in the D&D texts it's 100 years in which they get their adult adult name. So that's why I said name day as just a
like 100 is like a good time for a party, right? That's a good time. Also, I'm super impressed. I'm super impressed by this dude here, because he's got a foot on each chair. That's like an epic power play.
Oh yeah, it's like a full-on Captain America style sitting on the back of the chair, but he's doing it across 2 chairs. He's like a big, dark-skinned half-orc dude with probably he's wearing merchant finery and stuff, and he probably has a guild chain around his neck. But he also still has some badass tattoos, and he's got neat engravings into his tusks and stuff like that. This is a little bit theater of the mind, hence due the fact that there are tokens of 3 people representing an entire room, but that's fine.
No, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I can work with it.
It works fine. It isn't all just one person, which was the danger to begin with. 3 tokens. So yeah, the young woman herself, her name is Sunspiel Dan. She is a fairly short drow woman. She has her head half shaved and otherwise sort of a goth fringe down one side of her face. Fairly dark sort of grey skin compared to her father's, which is a little bit more of a parched grey. And basically you're here acting as security for this gala.
Oh, so I don't get to wear a fancy dress. Okay.
Entirely your call. If you don't want to wear your
security,
armor, that's entirely up to you.
Delta would wear her armor.
Fair enough.
Maybe you've got a really sweet tabard over the top, though.
Yeah, probably. She made sure to shine her axe before she got here.
Oh god. Sunday best tabard as well. It's the one you wear to church. Except you don't because you're in a non-religious sect of paladins.
Yep.
Feel free to move yourselves around the room if there's anywhere in particular you'd like to be.
Does anywhere look vulnerable, like some bandits could rappel through the windows or whatever?
Well, there isn't a skylight or whatever, but
there's
there's
a landing
4 windows. That's a little half stage, I think.
Well, what floor are we on? Is this setup?
I never heard.
Ground floor. Ground floor of a mansion.
I'm going to loom over here.
I think I just have to be honest to the character of B here. I'd just be next to this lever.
Just curious to see what it does.
Curious to see what it does. Yeah, I think that's just.
You can roll knowledge engineering if you'd like.
All right. Okay, skills.
Yeah, Nix is just going to go check out the windows on the opposite side.
Hang on.
That's a 26.
No,
I see.
28.
28? Well, it wouldn't have required that much. What you do notice is going from the sort of wall above this lever across the ceiling is a taut chain, and it goes between each of the 3 chandeliers hanging from the ceiling. Because it's a fantasy ball, there needs to be a chandelier that can fall if necessary. Someone, an architect, went through and checked off on the plans. Yep, that needs to be the case. The lever itself does look fairly rusty, however. There's also a large... what's it called? I was going to say poster, and that's not correct. Tapestry.
Yes.
That's it. That's the fantasy word. There's a tapestry, which is sort of a map of the lands of PATHCO. It's focused mostly around Scumport. You're in sort of the country surroundings of Scumport, but kind of the nicer area. You know?
So the people that have like made their money in Scumport in the way that one makes money in Scumport and then buys a house that isn't in Scumport because of all the
so it's a commuter town.
That is exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah. I get you.
It's like if this was modern day, it would be like a gated community, and there'd be like a surprising number of guards hanging around there.
Is that free token you got for that tapestry? It looks really cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
It does in fact look like a tapestry.
Oh, good. Yeah, I really like the sort of 3D effect on that, just by sort of putting it in a slightly strange angle.
Oh yeah. I like it. I like you've moved it slightly higher up and just giving you some props on the map there, my friend.
It's pretty good. So yes, is there anything you guys would like to do before all shit breaks loose?
Oh, you said this is the rusty lever. Like, once again, to be true to the character, I think Bee's probably got her alchemist kit with her, but she's kind of. Is there a backpack free token?
Is there a backpack? Hang on, give me a second. What were you doing in the meantime as I search frantically for a backpack?
I think Bee has been distracted by this like rusty lever and is going to try and like oil it.
We got here like 4 hours ago, and that's all she's been looking at.
She's tempted. It took her a very, very long time to not put it. Yeah. Put it there. So this is where Bee's like stuff is.
This is where Bee's like holed up, and she's sort of been saying there nervously for like the entire bloody thing.
I also because Pathfinder has weird things about stuff you're carrying capacity and stuff. Yeah, I have to specify where her actual stuff is because she can't carry it around with her and not take negative penalties on things. It's just
that makes sense. It's why I use the dwarf.
Yeah, I would really like. Well, not really. Well, it would be nice. I do like it when systems abstract weight stuff a little bit. Yeah. So I think she's had a look at that and tried to oil it. I think maybe.
What do you think that would be? Sort of. I'm loath to say knowledge engineering. I'm thinking something more practical here. What do you guys think?
Disabled device? Would that be one?
Oh, disabled device might.
No, technically you're enabling a device.
Yeah.
Not bad.
21. All right, you get it you give it like a full MOT during this, and like you probably give it like a sort of tentative sort of back and forth just to make sure it works as expected. Like you can pull it down and it sort of drops down a little bit, or you can press it back upward and it sort of drags up about a quarter of the speed. So yeah, the chandelier is now operational.
Okay.
And you definitely get some alarmed looks from servants as they're like bustling around. But
yeah, Bee's just got. She's super distracted. Like, especially on this mission, considering who it's for, she's just kind of distracted and is kind of hyper focused on like a mental / semi academic task, if that makes sense.
That makes total sense.
Yeah. Also, there's way too many people for Bee. Way too many people.
That's a mood. Also, all of them look suspiciously similar. No. Okay. Delta, next, doing anything before all shit breaks loose?
Does Nyx notice anything out of the windows?
Nothing out of the windows as far as you can tell. There's sort of very nice, like, fantasy Victorian gardens. You know, there's probably, like, some, like, marble pillars and stuff out there. And, you know, it's slightly tiered, like someone's cut into the hillside a little bit. And I think there's even some topiary out there.
Are there guards outside as well?
Yeah, there's a couple of bodyguards out there. There's, you know, they're more focused on patrolling the grounds, as you've came apparently fairly highly recommended.
Yes. I don't know if anyone's actually asked me about that, but we'll see.
Entirely your call. How do you phrase this to the guys?
I think I would have just really led with the, you know, an associate of mine, one of their kids is about to be kidnapped. Delta, do you want to help me with this? And that's how I would have pitched it. And I think B will not have mentioned Matchstick being involved unless it was brought up.
With a 16 sense motive, I think Delta would have been like slightly suspicious, but like not like enough to weigh out, oh no, this sounds like the kind of thing a Pathfinder Society person should do.
Yes. And then I guess we kind of just Delta would been who B went to first, because for all of the difficulties perhaps that they're having in terms of the way their alignments are going, B probably still considers Delta to be her best friend, which is a thing.
That's a bit sad.
It's because Roku's whatever's happening with Roku, and then I think the two of us together probably went to go and get Nix afterwards. I don't know how Nix would respond to this, or if he just considered it to be another job. I know he's quite goal-oriented character.
Quintile. Okay. Well, cool. So, in that case, can we... Sorry. There are, tons of flies in my room for some reason, and they just keep hopping onto my screen, which is really bothering me. Can we roll for initiative, please?
Okay.
Okay. I hope they don't get a surprise round on us, considering we're all pretty alert.
Super does not have a surprise round on you, as a manticore bursts through one of the windows.
What?
That's even worse than a bear.
This particular
Not really.
manticore...
A diabetic is worse than a bear.
This particular manticore, a manticore, of course, having, a lion's head, what is it? Is it a horse's tail and then a dragon's body? It's something better than that.
A manticore is a lion
what have
with
you got,
a
Egg?
poisonous tail. But lots of people give it wings for some reason, which is inaccurate.
This one has wings.
They have spines, don't they, manticores?
This one also has spines.
The manticore has a scorpion tail sometimes, right?
Well, it has a poisonous tail. It's never specified. Sometimes it also has a human face. That's the original version.
The snake tail's a chimera. That's where
that's a chimera. Right? Yeah, they're considered to be cousins by modern people, but I know they don't have anything to do with each other. But fine, carry on. There's a manticore now. Okay, cool.
Yep. Now there's a manticore.
Conveniently,
Sorry,
right
I just
underneath
thought
the
I'd sort
chandelier.
of put that into place. Nix, you get an attack of opportunity as it enters.
He's the only one on the turn.
Have you got some shattered glass?
Yeah, your hair is also full of shattered glass at this point.
Oh, there's some shattered glass tokens you put down.
Oh, that would have been good. Fuck.
Well, if you do a search, it can sometimes pull in some ones from the internet that you can also use for free. So, well, maybe not right now, but when we're faffing about in the middle of our turns, which I'm sure we want to do at some point.
Sorry, I've been trying to get the turn order working.
Oh, yes, apologies. I forgot how... I think if there was one thing Roll20 could do, it would be to fix how the turn order works, because it should not be this difficult.
It really shouldn't. Why do you have to do it manually? I hate everything about this.
You don't, or it's just not well set up, is all. It should be that if you click your token and click initiative, it should auto-populate the initiative. At least it used to. Whether it still does or not, I don't know. Not several levels ago.
Okay, does that work? Can everyone see this now?
I can see.
I can see the Manticore and Nyx, but that's it.
No one else.
Why?
That's because of how I do initiative. Because I click on my token. I click on my token.
Because Haggis does it properly, unlike the rest of us.
Well, there's a button on the sheet. That seems like it should work.
Yeah, but if you click on your token before you click initiative, it should then attach that initiative value to that character token.
Oh, okay.
That's
I still hate this.
I think
still
that's how it works. I'm not honestly sure.
That's still a bit dumb.
I would have hoped the back end would link those things up without it being the current selected item.
Yeah,
there you go.
A lot of things.
I feel like it shouldn't be this hard, but it is. So we live like that. Nyx, you can get an attack of opportunity if you'd like, as it is like a... I'd say it's a big enough creature and it's a small enough window that it bursting through gives you a chance to sort of give it a stab.
Well, he was like looking out the window as well, I think.
Also, yes.
I think the fiction supports that.
Although I do like the idea.
Coming from somewhere over the rainbow.
That's exactly it.
I don't think I have quick draw for the blade though. So I'm not sure.
I think
great.
if you've seen it coming, I think. Well, do you want to make a reflex save? That seems.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, yeah, you can roll a reflex save.
What?
Yeah, I'm willing to give you that.
Alright, so he summons a one-handed soul blade to his hand then. And rolls to hit.
That hits. So you sort of catch it, and I think like its weird, thick paws. This one has human hands.
Oh!
What the fuck?
Oh!
Handy.
Oh, that's weird.
What
It makes
the
sense
shit?
to me.
Oh, and it's
I
got
hate
human face
this.
too.
Oh yeah,
That's-
I forgot it.
That's
had a
what
human
manticles
face.
are in the original stories. They were lions with
they
human
do
heads.
have. See, God, I'm immediately regretting putting a manticore in this.
You should have
Oh,
been a
it's great.
dire Wolverine. That was
It
the.
should have been a dire Wolverine.
That was a CR4 creature we were discussing.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, it's got like a sort of fierce human's face. It's got like scarred, tattooed human arms for some reason, bat's wings, like a big lion's mane, but it's also kind of braided with jewelry and stuff in there, like thick metal rings. And it also has a large white gold chain around its neck, like almost like a mayoral chain. So yeah, that's a thing.
Cool.
So yeah, it bursts in. It's already taken a little bit of damage, and it's probably actually facing the wrong direction. So it probably does like do like a sweet dragon turn around in the air. You know what I mean? Like flap,
Yeah.
flap.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
stare down both Dan and Crow. Dan being the daughter and Crow being the
Is this
merchant.
stab at the top here?
Yes, it is. At
Yeah.
the sort of head of the table.
That makes sense.
The head of their exclusive table, I guess. It's fine. I don't know why it has so many chairs. And it actually says, sort of, you have crossed the clay heart, and you will pay for it. Because it can speak common for some reason. I don't know. It's got a human head.
It has a human face. It's got human hands. It can probably write.
Human hands isn't its name. Its name is Melancholy. But yeah, it can write. It writes under a pseudonym.
Nom de
Happy.
plume.
Happy hands. This is literally writes children's.
Ugh. Why does it have... the hands are really hairy as well. Like, it's horrible. Ugh. God. Manticores, man. Anyway, it's B's turn.
Okay. B. First off, for B, Ag would like to draw attention and to this guy who is asleep apparently
It's
in
dark.
the map. So
Yep.
like I'm sure he jolts up like it's this manticore goes crashing through the window.
Yep, it's
and-
Sleepy Gary. No,
Sleepy
it's,
Gary.
He's the sole halfling here as well.
on some
And
cushions.
I think he was just trying to drink to keep up with his desk mates and proceeded to just, yeah, he's a little tuckered.
Okay, so I'm also imagining that B's like fixing this lever for the past like hour or so, and the people on this table here have just been really loudly like disparaging B as they're all in their finery and she's like getting her hands dirty and all this kind of stuff, and like going, oh, yes, well some girls don't know how to, and just being kind of mean girls about it, and B just looks at them and just eyeballs them directly. As they're kind of like, oh, a manticore. Oh. And as they say, well, what's the point in dealing with a smelly old lever? She just like locks eyes of them and just pulls the lever and drops a chandelier on the manticore's head.
Oh, Jesus. All right, well, that's your standard action, unsurprisingly.
Yeah, and my move action, I'll start studying the tech.
Yeah, what happens is it sort of catches it right in the head, actually, and it sort of thuds it down. So until it frees itself, it is currently pinned. And it's actually cursing very, very loudly, and sort of
which
trying to
languages?
drag back. It's cursing in common. It can only speak common, I think.
Really? Oh,
But
okay.
it's like its lion paws at the back are sort of scratching the glass floor as it tries to free itself. Hissing and blinding, quite literally. So, yeah.
And B just lets out a fuck yeah engineering cry.
All right, cool. And now it is Nyx's turn.
Awesome. Nyx is going to... How far away are we? He's going to move 30 feet. And then he's going to downgrade his standard to a move action to charge his blade with psychic energy.
Fair.
Pardon? Hello?
Yeah, no, I said fair. Good call.
Yeah.
Yep,
Too
makes
far
sense.
away for me to do anything, so yeah.
Hmm.
And that is unfortunately my turn. Very boring, I'm afraid.
Why did we stand
All
so
right,
far away?
on its turn. Sorry about that. That's why I had you all by the door, but it's fine.
That's
What
two
it's gonna
turns of
do?
movement for me.
Putting my hands up. My bad. Use charge.
Carry on.
Charge over the table.
I'm not sure that's how it... What is the manticore doing, Jack? What's it doing? Tell us.
Sorry, it is currently dragging itself. It takes its action to drag itself free from the chandelier, unsurprisingly.
Did the chandelier do any damage on the way down, or...?
To the... Well, yeah, like all the chairs are splintered. I think the table is outright collapsed.
To the manticore.
Oh, yes,
We don't care
also
what's
to
happened
the
to the
manticore.
decor.
Oh, well then, I'm sorry I made this map for you. Yeah, his mane looks like a bit burnt. There's the smell of like burnt hair in the air, as some of the large candles were still ablaze. He's covered in sort of like cuts and bruises from it, and it probably looks like he's been like clotheslined across the back of his neck, if you can imagine.
That's where he's lariat.
I don't. Oh, I see. I get what you mean now.
I see
don't.
what you did, though.
I did. It took a moment because I forgot what a lariat was. But
Yes.
So yeah, it sort of staggers back, and it's now just in the middle of the dance floor. I feel like there are some shitty bards playing right now. Like they're not like capital B bards, but they're probably playing like a rousing battle song. Most of the posh people seem to regard this as part of the entertainment. Yeah, no, the Scumport elite are weird people.
Yeah, no, they are the elite, but they're also the scum elite. So I'm sure they've seen some shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think the Guild of Merchants probably were like they first set up the Scumport Arena as well. So they're probably quite into this.
Yeah.
Probably like a Street Fighter style crowd in that they still have like 2 frames of animation.
Yeah, or like
as they're
I'm just
watching
imagining like somewhere here is the guy who sold Napoleon all those scorpions that one time.
Oh yeah, it's the Scorpion Man. Everyone remembers him. No, that's a deep cut, Axia.
I know, but it would make sense if he was here, though. Right?
Fucking Scorpion Man. I think these are probably like the slightly more legit merchants of Scumport. By which I mean...
The people that are too legit to work with Napoleon. Yeah, no, I get you.
No. They're the people who will buy from criminals. They just won't do the criminal deeds themselves.
Okay.
And, in Scumport, that's an important distinction.
Mm-hmm.
It is Delta's turn.
Me, I'm going to move my 20 feet, which is fucking nothing. And do I know what a manticore is? Like, because as a player, I do. I assume Delta would. Do I have to roll for that?
You can roll for that.
Delta would know, right?
So is there a role for that?
Delta's pretty, buried in storybooks as a kid and stuff like that,
Yeah,
so
she reads a lot.
maybe she would be. I'd say she's fairly aware of that, she knows it's sort of human-level intelligence.
And,
She knows
it's poisonous?
generally if... not poisonous, but it
Really?
can shoot spines from its tail.
They're not poisonous. What's wrong with Pathfinder? It's
There's
like the defining trait.
There are also, poisonous manticores. That's just,
Oh.
a more powerful version.
Okay, no, that makes more sense. Okay, anyway,
Yeah.
but as I'm, running towards, I'll be, bellowing at these people to go, get out of the way, get out of the room, because it's a big fucking manticore, it's a dangerous creature. I don't know if any of them are going to listen to me, but that's what I'm doing.
It's kind of part of the stage show for them. If you know, people start getting hurt, they might be inclined to sort of rush out.
Can I intimidate
Right now, they're
them
just like,
into leaving?
Some after dinner theatre. Yeah, you can do.
Come on,
You can
Delta.
try.
Ooh.
Roll to try. Yeah, I'll say that the couple of tables around you clear out. Though they're like crumbling, they're not really like, oh, how dare, like, they're not like, oh god. They're like, Jesus Christ, really? This is just getting good.
I'm not going to move, like, directly up to it, but I'm going to get to, like, here. And that's going to be my action, because I can't attack.
Fair enough. B, it is your move.
Okay, no, that's good. I think that B is going to spend her standard action drinking her fire breath potion. The potion, sorry, formulate, which is one of the things that she had
Same
prepped.
bloody thing.
Because I don't think I can charge necessarily. And then B is going to kind of move here. Sort of.
We're all a bit too scared to get right next to it, but...
Yeah,
I like that everyone's kind of keeping a distance. There's a really cool cinematic scene of this thing like disentangling itself. You're all just sort of hanging back just a little bit wary of this big thing.
Yeah, and like, because this is chandelier down, like it's gonna have some. It can't get at its targets without at least taking attacks of opportunity, right? That's
definitely.
That's more or less the best we can do at this point.
Plus, you know, chandelier damaged flooring is dangerous terrain.
Yeah.
So there is probably like buckled, twisted metal everywhere. The like glass floor between the carpet and the outside is smashed. You know, this thing probably costs like 300 gold pieces. No, more than that. 3,000 gold pieces, let's say. I don't know. Cool. Expensive, and they've just torn a hole in it. But it's fine. It hasn't caught fire yet, which is also the like major thing that could occur.
Cool. I'm also tracking my. This is the second turn I've had that studied, so I'm tracking that with a 2.
That's what that is. I was like, why did you summon a ghost?
Tool, you know.
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
There is a text tool though. That's No, you should definitely use it to label grenades.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen. Oh, maybe you have. Oh no, Napoleon. Sorry, Mon will have seen.
Same difference.
Very similar. Don't worry.
They are. Will have seen my maps when I'm a GM, and they just have the absolute worst hand-drawn notes on everything. Yeah, so that's.
I think I've seen a couple of them. You know.
Yeah.
Just by accident, because I always, by default, sign in as GM on these games.
Yeah.
So, like, I've seen the one from the Blanc Canard fight and stuff. Remember him?
Yes.
He was a white.
Now he's in a bucket.
Dick.
Okay, cool. Right, that's my turn.
All right, cool. What's actually happening as this thing sort of straightens up is its tail snapped, and it's gonna let loose a volley of 4 spines, 2 at Delta and 2 at B.
Okay.
It can try.
He's like, B had a choice between drinking the fire breath or drinking the shield, and now she's gonna really regret not drinking the shield.
Potentially. Okay, Delta, that is a 19 and a 28.
Oh, yeah, they both hit.
Yeah, oddly
What's
the
the point of having armor?
B, that is a 14 and an 11.
Both of those miss as she kind of dodges out of the way.
Delta's very angry about that. How much damage? Jack?
So that is maths. Why? Wow.
That was 18.
That is 17 points of damage. As basically, you know, it rolled a crit on one of those, so yeah. As basically just these
18,
things.
Did you say?
Yep.
Ow.
These sort of Jesus. Okay, this should
over
be
half
fine.
my health. Yay!
Yep, this should be fine. Basically these two spines just sort of go flying out and catch in you in the shoulder, and you actually stagger back slightly from the force as this thing lurches it.
Do I have to move myself back a space, or is that just a flavour?
Both.
Oh.
You know, I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
I'm still within hitting distance.
Wait, I missed out on Nyx's turn. Nyx, sorry.
Aww.
Sorry, buddy.
I forget, charging in Pathfinder, what are the rules for it?
You can run no less than 10 feet, but up to twice your movement range. At the end of it, you do an attack with +2 to hit, and you then take -2 AC for the next turn.
That was it. It's a full round action, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. I only asked it because 5th Ed, you don't do a lot of charging.
I wasn't even aware charge was a thing in 5th Ed, to be honest.
It's not a thing. Not a thing.
Oh.
Hence my comment.
Ah, right. I see.
I'm gonna move in and I'm gonna hit it with the soul blade in a one-handed soul blade, and then I'm gonna if I hit, I'll discharge the 1d8.
Makes sense.
I didn't hit, so I
You
don't
did
discharge.
not hit. So I think it in the middle of snapping its tail, it staggers to the side, and you probably catch it and burn the fur. Fucking manticores, man.
Yeah, there's no burning effect from my blade.
Fluff. I don't know how psychic energy works.
I give it a haircut.
You give it a haircut. You Zelda Wind Waker style cut some grass.
Yeah, let's go with that, shall we?
Delta, it's your turn.
It's me.
It's just off the top.
Would I heal myself? What would Delta do? Delta will use her spell. She'll use her spell, her one spell, which is Stunning Barrier.
Oh, buddy.
I'm gonna pop
Okay,
that
that
up.
sounds good.
Provides a
Is that a
+1 deflection
fortitude?
bonus.
Oh,
No, it's on me. It's a spell that helps me out, buffs me. Gives me a +1 deflection bonus to AC and a +1 resistance bonus in saves.
nice.
And I'll do some other fun things if it tries to melee me.
Yep.
But no, that would be my
I
standard.
think
wouldn't it?
Thyra has the greater version. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
that
cool.
would be your standard action. You
Yeah,
still have movement.
and bonus action, lay on hands myself. Might as
Funny.
well. That's what it's there for. I've got plenty of uses of it.
True. You are a healer tank.
Yay, healer tanks. Oh, good. That's pretty much all of it. Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's a good roll.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. Oh, much better. Okay,
All
that's
right,
me.
you're positively perky.
Yeah.
I really like magical healing as the meet the medic style, chipped teeth just regrow and broken dislocated shoulders just relocate and stuff like that.
Because it's called lay on hands, I just imagine Delta just sort of briefly just slapping her cheek and just poof, healing.
I like that a lot. That's the most least paladin stuff. It's no,
she
you're
has
fine.
also
Get moved.
canonically done it before when doing the pinch the bridge of your nose in exasperation thing. At the end of a fight, she's done it then as well.
Nice. All right. It is. Well, do you want to move on your turn?
No, I'm good.
No. Okay.
It has to come to me.
It's fair. That's Delta's. No, it doesn't. Well, that was Delta's turn.
Yes,
It's
it
now
was my turn.
Beatrice.
Okay, Beatrice has drank her potion. She's gonna do a fight. She's gonna breathe in as she was dodging out of the way of these spines. It's gonna breathe out in a fire breath. Can you give me a 15-foot cone, please, my friend?
Oh,
Please,
Jesus.
I really hope that doesn't hit Nyx. Well, I guess if you aim it
I
that
think
way.
I think I can get it so it just hits the manticore.
Yeah, that seems plausible. It's quite a big old boy.
Because thinking about it, I think it's here. So the square. So if you so I think even from where she is, it misses everyone. Just.
Okay, that's a very small
I just
cone.
found a traffic cone.
That was an ice cream cone.
Well, that didn't help at all. Anyway.
I'm pretty sure I can get a 15-foot cone because
Yeah,
Delta didn't move.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I can get a 15-foot cone that just from here.
Yeah,
That just
like if
hits
you
the
aim it
manticore.
in that direction rather than.
Does
sort of
anyone have
directly
any
outward.
clue how Pathfinder cones work?
Yes, I do, but I'm not the DM, so I can't.
We can use our imaginations to do it. Roll the rolls, do it.
Roll the rolls. Okay, right. It's fire breath. Reflex save for half damage. As B just breathes out his big. Like you've seen B do like fire belly before, but this is an even larger version of this. So where she, it comes out as like a roaring flame rather than what you've seen her before when she did it on the painting, which I think was probably the last time you saw her do it.
That was a long time ago.
Oh yeah, that super doesn't hit Nyx. Sorry, I've just been like, double checking that. But yeah.
But yeah, like this is an even more roaring flame. So I save.
Yep, I've rolled it.
What is it?
It is a 19.
That is probably fine. That is fine. So you take half damage of this 4d6.
A big roll.
46 is a nice amount of damage. I mean, that's half a fireball, isn't it?
It's a pretty good spell. Yeah. Also, it goes. I get another 2 shots of it, but the next one 2d6. Last one is 26. So it's only really the first one which is the hard one. So yeah, you take 8 damage as this.
Nice. Cool. So it's like literally scorched, and what you notice is like part of it's like it's got really like neatly sort of maintained dreadlocks, and it gets really fucking pissed as some of them like catch fire and burn on the ends, and it's like patting them out and howling and cursing. And it grits its teeth at you and sort of stares down at you and says, "That was a poor decision." In my mind, he's voiced by the same dude who voices Zevran in Dragon Age. Is that guy?
So you say that was a poor decision. Please, like, yeah, well, no, I'll leave that. But she'll make some kind of comment about the Manticore making it. Someone's coming here and facing us, fiend.
Hey, go fuck yourself. No. Right. Okay. So it is. B's turn.
Or insert so's dreadlocks on a white Manticore if you. But there we go for B. Yes, that's it.
Oh fuck! He's got like a white face and he's got dreadlocks. Gross. Oh, it's laser Ted. Anyway,
it's laser Ted.
Oh.
So okay,
it's Nyx's turn.
Right, Nyx is going to attack again with his, and hopefully hit and discharge his psychic strike. What?
That's a hit.
So add another 8 damage onto that.
Nice.
Oh, that's a solid 15 points of damage.
And then he's going to use his move action to recharge the Soul Blade. Once he starts hitting, and starts hitting consistently, he's quite a force.
I think I missed Delta.
Solid
She's
hit.
not being the best fighter.
Pardon?
Delta gets miffed when she's not the
Pardon,
best
Nick?
fighter around.
Who? Nyx?
Delta gets miffed at him, yeah. Is my mic being weird again?
It did chop out for a little bit.
I'm afraid I missed sort of half of what you were saying.
Yeah, never mind. It wasn't very funny anyway. Carry on.
I think you like catch it across the face, like it's partly your palm, but mostly the blade, and you sort of get in the side of the face as it's busy trying to threaten B.
Partly my palm. So what you're saying is, because the blade comes out of my hand, I'm partly stroking him across the face, partly slashing him.
Yep, it's very tender.
I wish I hadn't given you that thought now.
I guess it's less of a careless.
Your mic's doing the thing now.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
It's a slap across the face. It's fine.
Yes.
All right, Ag. I've immediately forgotten how multiple attacks work again.
Okay. Right. Well, he gets all of them if he's doing a full round attack.
Okay.
If it says 2 claws, that's 2 separate.
Jesus, that's 3 attacks.
Ow.
Yes.
It's not fun.
That's why the see-off. Yeah, that's how see-off for single creatures against teams. If it makes sense. Say this is a see-off 4. I don't know if it's a see-off 4 creature or not, but a CL4 creature is designed to fight against a group of other people. So if you think about it, it makes sense that it has multiple attacks for that to be even.
Okay, so that was a 15, a 17, and an 8, with the 8 being a natural 1. So any of those hit? Next, sorry.
Say that again.
Well, that's a large creature, right?
Yep.
So strictly speaking, I think he's probably got the reach to attack B as well.
Huh.
If you wanted to, or if the
it says 5 feet reach, so isn't that around
5 feet reach is this just a single square around it? What were the
Oh,
rolls?
okay.
What were the rolls that hit against Nyx?
Sorry, that was a 15, a 17, and a natural 1, 8.
A natural 1/8.
Yeah, rolled them.
That one misses. It doesn't matter. Natural ones miss even if it's less than.
A natural. Oh, I see.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
The 17 hits.
Right, cool. And that's 8 damage. So it's sort of... I don't know how this thing attacks if it's got man's hands. It's pretty clearly not using its claws.
Well, maybe it's just got, like, really epic, like, fingernails.
Oh, maybe. That's kind of a good look.
Oh, I figured it would be like human hands, but with, like, lion fingers.
Well,
I'm
maybe it's
unsure as to how that works.
Maybe it's got human hands, but it's got, you can get those, not rings, but you can get those things that go...
Like knuckle dusters?
Not knuckle dusters, no, but over the end, right? Like the tips of gauntlets. You must, like, perhaps I'm not describing that for...
That's a weird concept. I can't think of any reason anyone would use that. Huh.
Well, this guy's pretty extra, so...
True.
Like,
all right, yeah. He's got like some rings, and they're totally those like claw rings that go right down to the ends of your fingers. And yeah, all of them are different. All of them are engraved with various designs from like a lot of different cultures. Yeah, he sort of bats Nyx across the face using one of them, sort of returning it in kind. Three Stooges style. And that's its turn. Delta, it's your move.
How much damage did that do?
That did 8 points of damage.
Right.
Not that much.
I'm going to... Yeah, I'm gonna walk up and attack it. Give it a good old smack, or attempt to anyway. Yay, big rolls.
That definitely hits. So yeah, I think as it's sort of lunging for Nyx, you sort of catch it in like the flank, I think. Maybe just under the wing. That's kind of a good look. With just a really long, deep slash from the Great Axe.
Can I also, like, after I've done that, so if you leave now, we will not pursue you. Give up on this this folly, and then leave it at that.
It's very bloodied, but it's still sort of looking towards the top table. It's still sort of staring down this fairly innocent teenage girl. Or, I mean...
Yeah.
Elf teenage girl, so... Swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
So that was probably a no on its part. I mean, it can't move until its turn anyway, so maybe it'll have changed its mind by then.
But, like, that was the idea. If it was going to flee on its turn, then we wouldn't go after it. But if it's not going to listen to us, we'll just have to kill it.
Chance it might not.
Okay, it's Beatrice's turn.
Okay, Beatrice is going to run around to here. So she should be fighting, hopefully.
Yep, that counts as a flank, so +2 to hit.
And her sword cane, I think her sword cane will have been out already, right? Or
yeah, I feel like the sort of thinking we had was Nyx was ready enough, and he'd probably have been like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
thus giving everyone else, no.
So
it would have been terrible if it had been the pet dog. Oh my god! Smash, slash! You killed Fido. Whoops.
Fido, our weird flying man dog.
So B's going to attempt to attack with her sword cane. Let me just find where that is. Sword cane attack here. An extra 2 on that.
That
Because
does
of
not
the
hit.
hang on a second, because there's some extras on there as well.
Oh yeah, weren't you studying it?
Yeah, I just need to work that out. I was
Roll the study.
So we come back. So +2 to hit. Yeah, so that's an extra 4, so that's 12 total.
That still doesn't hit, but that's good to know.
Okay, cool. Then the study goes away.
Oh, weird. Do you only get +2 for 1 turn?
No, I get it for 4 turns, but I keyed it off. That's why I was tracking it, right?
Right, I get you. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, that makes sense. Okay, it is Nyx's turn.
I'm going to attack again.
Good champ, solid champ.
There's the button.
Oh,
Well,
oh dear.
that didn't go so well.
So yeah, I think, man, how does that even look? Maybe it like drops down and your like weapons like clash with sparks between you as you lunge forward.
I think what happens is as he brings the blade down for a slash, the blade just momentarily just sort of fizzles out like like a light bulb.
Yeah.
A fluorescent light goes like just flickers and goes as he's about to connect, the blade just flickers away and he goes, huh?
Well, I will point out that
it
is a good look, and also the Chimera, or the Manticore, also rolled a critical fail against Nyx the last attack as well. So perhaps these two things come together. Like the blade flickers out, and like the claw comes off its finger, so they both randomly just miss each other just.
That's kind of good. Like the whole sort of gunfire style, the gunslinger style misfire.
Yeah,
I quite like that.
Or just the lightsaber that runs out of power, it's about to make the connecting hit.
That's a good look. It is. I like that.
Do lightsabers
Right.
even have batteries?
Yeah.
think so.
Well,
They've
no,
got
they
crystals.
use.
That's
They
that
use
crystal
kyber
stuff.
crystals.
No, that channels the energy into the blade. Do they actually? Where's the energy? They have a
Let's
battery.
not go on a
energy.
nerd tangent, okay?
We
could be here
digress.
all day.
Yeah, I think there's a weird robot in Clone Wars voiced by David Tennant, and he'd probably know. Also, he just looks really cool. He's got a really neat design. He's like an old robot owned by the Jedi.
Well, I've not.
the words wibbly wobbly timey wimey thing.
He doesn't do that, sadly. Has no one else seen Clone Wars? It's great.
I've not seen Clone Wars. I've also not seen Solo yet. I just want to know if Rue is in there. Chewie's son. That's what we're looking for. Lumpy.
No.
Lumpy
Mercifully,
OG.
no.
Lumpy OG. All right.
Oh my god. Just for that, B's getting attacked.
Oh, yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
Is she?
He goes, no one mentions the Life Day special. And he just beats the shit out of B for that.
Yeah,
No.
fair. It's fair.
Do you use all of his
Yeah,
attacks
okay.
on her? That's kind of annoying.
Sorry, what?
Just he's using up all of his attacks on her?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Wow, okay.
He kind of threatened and waited for you to get in range, and now he's going for you.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That is fair. That is
I
literally
mean, out
what
of all the
happened.
people that are threatening
Okay.
him, does he really think B is the scariest? I guess you did do the firebelly thing, and I did her, and the chandelier
yeah.
as well, actually. Okay.
Yeah, and she set fire to his dreadlocks.
Hmm.
It's 89% the last thing.
Yeah.
So that's a 24, a 25, and a 10 to hit.
First two do.
Okay. That's 14 damage.
Cool. That's a cool amount of damage.
Cool. And I think... So there's the really awkward scene with Nyx, and then I think just almost in frustration, it lunges out at B, with just like almost like a bodily tackle, and its wings sort of flap a little bit, almost to like propel it forward as it just lunges in a major way. And it is Delta's turn.
Gonna hit it again.
Hit it again!
This is kind
Don't
of what
stop
I'm
hitting
a
it.
paladin, this is what happens.
Oh, that definitely hits, and
These are not great damage rolls,
it is
though.
looking.
These are not great
What'd you
damage
say?
rolls. Not great damage rolls, but
Yeah, that's
7's better than
reasonable.
nothing.
Oh, I
so
suppose for a great axe, two-handed weapons are ridiculous.
give it a good old smack.
Yeah, so as it sort of lunges out, I think you catch it in the arm, and it's like it's almost brought down by the force of the attack, and like maybe its weird shoulder dislocates.
Ooh.
Ugh, that happens, and it's definitely looking sort of on the ropes at this point. It's like rasping out breathlessly, and I think its wings sort of buckle under that attack as well. And yeah, it hisses like a very, very large house cat.
I'll shout at it again to leave, and then that's me.
Well, that would wait until its turn, I guess. But it's probably going to be
Well,
like
it can talk as a free action, so
talking is a free action. That's right.
yeah. So it could say, "Oh yeah, sure, sounds good," and then go away, or it could go, "No, fuck
Oh
you."
yeah, sure, that sounds good. Okay, bye. And it's like, yeah, okay. No, I think what happens is it's probably like trying to back away at this point. It goes, the clay hut. If they fail, they will come after me, or worse, they will take my payment back.
Your payment.
And it is really a douchey character because it motions to the big, thick chain around its neck. It's just basically this thing seems to get paid in awful giant jewelry.
Oh.
So this chain is like gold and white gold, like interlinked loops, and probably a couple of little dwarven icons hanging off the front of it as well.
Oh, okay. I feel less bad about having to kill it now then, if it's just been paid.
Yeah, it's definitely just been paid to come here and kidnap a woman.
Okay,
Shrug. You know, I mean, you got paid to come here and stop someone kidnapping a woman.
true.
Yeah, but
Well,
he's
tells
like,
us here out of the goodness of our heart as well, but
he's like, do you really think you're the only person that's overcommitted to powerful forces in this particular engagement? You're going down.
To be fair, in most engagements, I am the powerful force.
Yeah, well, your butt's a powerful force.
It's Bee's turn.
She breathes fire on it. I think she can get another reflex save plus looking for a 16.
Is that gonna hit Nyx if she does that?
Not if she does it down this way.
Yes, it will.
No? I think it just misses.
Google 15-foot cone Pathfinder. I don't understand how it doesn't.
It wouldn't hit Nyx, so it's. I think it's.
So I assumed it was like a 3 blocks in this way, and then 3 blocks in this way, and then that block.
But I'm targeting it here. So
Right.
there. Hang on, let me just freehand it. So I think it's this one. This one. This one. This one. Maybe this one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
See what I mean?
Doesn't that? Oh no, it doesn't hit.
It just doesn't hit Delta.
I'm not sure about that. No, I think it would be that one doesn't. It would be so it's going out in this direction.
It's going out in this direction. It's going down southeast.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be this one. It would be this one, and this one, I think.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, okay, that seems reasonable. I'm willing to go with that.
Okay, so you're looking for, like, this is what Bee's doing anyway. She just got hit, so she's doing it wherever the others get hit, unfortunately. But, so you're looking for a 16 on your reflex save.
It gives a... Where is its reflex number? It gives a 25.
Okay, then it takes half of this. Oh god, it takes 1 point of damage.
Oh, that is 1 point of damage, isn't it? So it was like on the ropes. Its eyes widen with fear as this catches it, but it manages to like jump back, almost like a cat in play, and like it's still singed, but it's nowhere near the sort of beating it thought it was about to take.
Yeah, probably should have just rolled to hit it. And B's going to attempt a somersault out of the way.
Roll the somersault.
Okay, that's an acrobatics check.
Yeah, that works, oddly enough.
And that's half movement, so 15 squares. So 1, 2.
You mean 15 feet, 3 squares?
15 feet, 3 squares. So that's 1. I don't want to get back in basic close contact. 2, 3. So it's kind of going behind it to cut it off if it does try and run away.
Oh, that's canny.
So cool.
Yeah, wow. B's alignment, huh? Well, that's a conversation that needs...
That's a conversation, maybe.
Potentially.
But well, like, yeah, it also, yeah.
What is it? What is it in Dungeon World? Is it deny mercy to a surrendering foe? Anyway, Nyx, it's your turn.
Whoop whoop.
Hopefully, this won't be an issue because Nyx is going to fucking murk him. But there you go.
That's true.
Nyx is going to attack again. He didn't
Nyx is
discharge.
going to fucking nerk him.
He
Good.
didn't discharge his attack last time, so he's going to discharge it this time.
Oh, that's a hit, and that takes it down. So I think,
B gives
The
Nyx a big thumbs up at this point.
yeah. So I think what happens is you sort of, it's like darting back to dodge the flames from B. And as B sort of rounds Delta, aiming to cut off its escape, Nyx just takes it in the side, like probably just over the shoulder, and it just goes slamming down. And it ends up like sprawled out, like all 4 legs in all 4 directions, wings flat, and yeah, it is pretty clearly dying. So yeah, good work, guys. And I think at this, the half of the crowd that remain erupt into applause.
You could have helped.
How on fire is that carpet?
The carpet, I think it's like beginning to go up. It's not super smoky, and it's mostly under the glass bit, so it's not like super dangerous, but you know, the chandelier collapsed and stuff, so. You probably like, there's like a drow tailor somewhere, or like a, man, what's a good word for someone who makes tapestries?
Weaver?
Yeah. Well, like a
artisan, right? An artisan.
Oh yeah, like an artisan weaver. Okay, that works. There's like a drow artisan weaver somewhere, probably in one of the dwarven cities, who spent like 3 weeks, you know, making. 3 weeks is too small a time scale again. Like 5 months making this thing, and somewhere he just like jumps like something walked over his grave. Egg's back. While you were gone, Nyx killed it.
Oh.
Nyx
That's underwhelming.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was on like 5 HP, so it was sort of backing out, and yeah, Nyx caught it. Catched it. No, that works.
It. Oh, alright then.
And I think what happens at that is, like, the crowd erupts into applause. The manticore is, like, dying. It's not dead, but it is dying. And Sunspiel Crow, the half-drow merchant man, sort of stands up clapping. He's like, well done, excellent. Amazing after-dinner entertainment, and I don't get my daughter kidnapped by those awful clay art bastards. How can I ever repay you? Matchstick's recommendation comes very lauded.
Matchstick.
I will be passing on my compliments to him.
And Beast is like,
I can't remember if Delta knows Matchstick or not. I can't remember what's been going on with
She
him.
might not, actually. She might not know Magic. But Beast's still not super keen on it.
I feel
I
like
can't remember if... I think it might just been B alone who met Matchstick the first time.
I think it was, yeah.
wasn't it a weird shop in the middle of a street that only B could see for some reason?
It was something like that.
It was some creepy bullshit.
It was a bit like that, yeah. It was a bit Needful Things.
Yeah, so I don't think Delta knows who that is, but all the same.
I'm trying to think of a disinterested thing that the teenage girl is now doing. I don't know. She's got a stone of fast speech or something.
Yeah,
the,
that's what I was
the newest
thinking.
thing with all kids.
Your
Well,
old
she-
fancy
does she have
iPhone.
well, is it like stone of fast speech and like a tiny apparatus sphere? So you can,
Oh, that's good. It's like two tiny spheres sort of like welded together in some way. And one of them you speak into and you know say the name of the other person with the other stone of fast speech, and the other one you can use to take pictures, which I think you can then like only view on the apparatus sphere. Presumably there's no way to like transfer images yet.
No,
Or-
I'm not sure if your old magic internet has been invented
Yeah.
yet.
I don't there probably isn't Bluetooth. Although a man named Bluetooth does exist. I think he's probably here. He's like a dwarf merchant man with like face
Well,
paint.
the
You know
original
that good,
Bluetooth
good
was a
Dragon
Viking,
Age
so
dwarf face paint?
that would make sense. That's what Bluetooth is named after.
Yeah, that makes sense.
what was the place? What was the thing that the manticore talked about? Clay something?
The clay.
The clay heart is the name of the dwarf. I have them down as dwarf crime guys. They're a. I'm trying to think. You can roll to know more about them if you want. You can sort of. What's a good knowledge roll for criminal underworld shenanigans?
Local?
I don't
Local,
feel-
I guess.
I guess. I mean, they're not even super local, but try local, try history if you want.
Well, it's the same. It's,
My history's better.
Oh.
That's not bad.
Fair.
and hang on. Okay, 22.
Be knows more
Okay,
than me.
fair enough. So the two of you, you're sort of vaguely aware that the Clay Heart mostly deal in smuggling in the Dwarven Trade Confederacies.
What do they
Basically, there's lots of resources in the mountains, and the governments of those areas, or the individual cities of this trade conglomerate, they sort of earn their stake in that by, outlawing stuff that they deem dangerous. There are checkpoints up and down the roads. And then there's also like toll roads and stuff, just fairly standard things for like a fantasy setting such as this. The sort of rumor that's been sort of on the street is that the Clay Heart have their own sort of ways of getting around these checkpoints so that they can move either illicit goods like certain poisons that are made from the more underdark sort of adjacent areas of the lower dwarven realms, like fine goods, things like that, slaves, stuff, So the rumor on the street is that they have their own sort of secret way of getting around in that respect.
Okay, I think as the manticore's dying, B's gonna slip up to it and like whisper in its ear, "Tell me about matchstick and I'll make it quick."
Does Delta hear that?
It sort of stares you down.
Okay.
I know not of the matchstick. I was sired by the Clay Heart. They want him because he has cut off access to their own moon paths southward. To that is their vital line of business, and he has taken it for himself. And he's like, his gaze hasn't left this fucking merchant guy the entire time, who's now like shaking hands with people and is like sort of nudging the daughter and being like, hey, why don't you take a picture with your newfangled Magitech shenanigans? And she's just like, no.
Oh, good. Well, that's good. She's not going to take a really poor taste selfie with this dying manticore because that's just a wee bit.
No,
too
I
much.
was saying like with the friends, presumably, like the people who he's actually handshaking and like ass kissing to an extent, because that's all these fucking occasions are.
So this manticore is kind of just rasping out his breaths. B's going to look over to Delta at this point because she's not 100% sure what to do.
Neither's
Her
Delta.
hands wavering on her sword cane, like as if like is finishing this thing off the right thing to do, or
The thing is, like, Delta is... Because she doesn't kill sort of talking creatures much. Like, it's not something that Tyrants do very often, I don't think. And she's sort of, like, grappling with whether she should spare it or not. Because like me as a player, I know that manticores are lawful evil, but as Delta, I don't know if Delta would know about manticores, that they're pretty much all bastards. It's in their nature to be bastards, as much as that is a thing.
I mean, that would describe most of the people in the room at this point, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also because we don't in okay, we don't necessarily do the lawful evil races
Yeah,
thing. But I think
I
it's
think
pretty
Delta
clear
is
that
considering.
this is that whether or not manticores are a lawful evil race, this is a lawful evil individual because like he's an assassin, right? So
yeah.
But
I mean,
perhaps-
he's a manticore. For
but
the most part,
perhaps,
he'll hang around on his territory and attack on, like, trespassers. But he'll also be paid to kill people. He doesn't
Yeah.
give much of a fuck.
yeah, like
Although it was kidnap at this point.
yeah, so well, yeah, he's a kidnapper, right? Like this guy's not great.
Yeah,
What were you
but
saying,
like,
Meg?
if you showed him mercy, perhaps he would change his ways. This is like a Delta thing.
I'll give you one free go.
Yeah,
Anyone you knew, you could get him kidnapped. It'd be a great April Fool's prank.
No.
So well, yeah, how does Nix feel about this? Like, are we going to finish off this manticore? Because that's the quandary that B has, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's
I
the
think
same
this is
one
like
that
a
Delta's
whispered
having.
B team huddle in the middle of this as well.
Huddle around the dying manticore.
Yeah. Like, this guy's in death saves, unsurprisingly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shut up, you!
so if we don't do anything, this manticore, like, there is part.
You might be doing that thing
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, you're
No
cutting
idea
out.
what
Yeah, it's just like, if we don't do anything, this manticore is gonna like bleed out on a bourgeoisie carpet. Like, do we just finish him off like now? 'Cause he's probably gonna die, right?
Mm.
Well, it's evil. I see no reason to keep it alive.
To be fair, you're not like. I mean, you might know it's evil. I don't feel like people
Well,
saying, "Oh,
I
this
could,
thing is
I
irredeemably
haven't detected evil on it, have I? Can I do that now? And I might make
This
Delta
thing,
feel
this
better.
thing attacked. This thing
Yeah,
attacked
no,
us.
that's great. That's great. No, but yes,
This thing attacked us. So
Yeah. All right. So you do detect evil, Delta.
Mm. Does it show up as evil?
Hmm?
Does it show up as evil?
You do a pan around the room, and I feel like this is almost like a weird overlay thing
Yeah.
of like maybe like people are showing up as red or varying shades of grey or something like that.
Yeah.
there's no
Most
just
of
a
the
loud cry
merchants-
of evil.
Yeah.
Yup. It's
capitalist.
it's augmented reality, and there's just Comic Sans labels above different people saying
No,
evil.
that's not how it works. No.
Oh, well.
He's the DM. If he says that's how it works,
I'm not
that's how it-
saying that's how it works. I'm just curious how it does. Do you get like a feeling in your gut?
Do you feel it in your fingers?
Do you feel it in your toes?
do you feel it in the windows?
No.
Is that the rest of the song?
In my mind,
No, I just panicked.
in my mind, the presence of evil shows up as a kind of sort of blob, and like the intensity of color and like psychic sensation intensifies the more evil the presence.
So you're probably getting some pretty bad feelings about most of these people. The guy at the head of the table, definitely. The teenager, unsurprisingly, a little bit, but just background levels.
All
Damn
teenagers
teenagers.
are to some extent.
Actio, what does B show up as?
What? Oh, yeah, I was thinking about that. Right.
If they're neutral, I would say they don't really show up. They would probably
she
look
won't be showing
different.
up as evil.
Yeah, okay. That's
Sorry,
not
what
going
did
you
yet then. I would say neutrals don't show
Yeah.
up as any.
If
they
like
don't block.
B's original alignment was neutral good.
Hmm.
I'm not sure what she's at right now. I
She
don't
seems
think
like
it's
a
gone to
chaotic.
evil.
She seems chaotic to be sure, but
I
more
don't
like a
think she's.
neutral.
I don't think she's. I don't think she's evil yet.
Okay.
Good to know.
She might be neutral.
No, that's
I think
okay.
she might. There's an argument that she's still good, but confused.
Mm.
I don't think she's far enough to go to evil yet. But good to bring that up.
that makes
I
sense
thought
to
it
me.
was curious.
I
This
think-
guy is definitely like I mean, he's killed people before. He is a big fucking lion thing.
Yeah, I think
So he's got
Delta
a pretty
will, having
large
done that,
lump there.
she will give it a quick, clean death, just like behead it in one go, or try to anyway.
Oof. Yeah, no,
But
that,
she will
well,
also
that's
say
like,
to B and to Nyx, we cannot leave this thing's body here. I'm certain that its parts and the chain will be worth money, and I don't want to let it go to these people.
Fine. You take one leg, I'll take the other, and we'll drag it out.
We'll have the society.
B, you
it
take a
away.
weird manly human hand.
Well, B goes to get her back, and then shrugs that on, puts the chain in it, and then just kind of. I really like the image that Delta and Nyx are pulling legs, and B's just pushing like the stump of where the head used to be.
Gross. Didn't it like nearly lose an arm at one point as well? So it's kind of a rickety deal. I think
Delta
at this
just
point
wants to have
we do.
the body destroyed, and to get paid.
That's pretty reasonable.
She'd be happy to serve someone out the selflessness of her heart, but like if these people are evil, she might as well squeeze them for some money without feeling bad.
How about we just roll this manticore up in the rug that we're all standing on?
Yeah, it's under glass though, isn't it? The rug, it's protected.
It's under glass to an extent. I mean, there's also like a chandelier. I was just more like, I really don't want the scene of like. I was more just worried about like the manticore just like stumbling over the rug and stuff. Because like rugs aren't particularly affixed to the floor. I suppose it could have those weird metal pins, but I think this way kind of looks nice.
Okay, no, I get you.
Yeah, I didn't. This was a serious fight to an extent.
Yeah.
Yeah, serious. That's the word I used for it as well.
Yep, that went well. So what we get is the scene of the B team slowly dragging this thing out because it's none of you are super.
Like we take the head, like it's strapped around. Like B's probably going to cut the wings off and the tail, and then we're just going to burn the rest of it. Unless
gross.
I was thinking actually, did the Pathfinder Society have like research and development stuff going on? Because the Tide Knights definitely do, and like donating a body to science is slightly less grim than like burning
What's left of its body.
Yeah.
It's still fairly intact. I mean, what were you asking if the Pathfinder Society had?
Well, yeah, because like in my mind I was thinking we get the
body
body out of the house and then call like a Pathfinder Society cart to take it away and do whatever. But
how?
I don't know. How does anyone summon like with a pigeon or something?
Oh well, no, she's got the apparatus for your stone of fast speech combo.
Oh, that's true. You borrow her phone. You borrow her mobile phone. And it's really awkward for everyone involved.
You call the secretary.
She's like, don't check my Snapchat.
We need to not understand phones. But I think, I think we can probably figure something out, right? We can.
Yeah, I think it's a Magitech bullshit thing at the end of the day, anyway. Like 7 people have them. All of them are within this fairly limited social circle, and they're ridiculously expensive.
Okay, well, here's also the thing, right? We're at someone from Scumport, their mansion outside of Scum, where there's a lot of people here who are also from that like strata of society. Every single coach driver here will know how to dispose of a body.
That's true. I think they probably do that thing like taxi drivers where they're all sort of like circled up like chatting in their flat caps and such.
Yeah.
There will be someone here who
there are many people here who could do that.
Yeah, like this
we do get as you guys are dragging out the body is we do get the sort of addendum with regards to the thing that might be a little more interesting to B's research.
Okay.
And basically it's it has come to our attention that this particular supplier has implemented rigorous access to a vital supply chain. It would not be any inconvenience to them if we also had access to said supply route to cut a link of the chain, if you will.
Who's saying this?
Matchsticks. It's sort of the addendum on the end of that.
Sorry, no, who is literally speaking at that point?
Yeah, who's talking to who?
Matchsticks wrote that. It's like the end of the layer from the first part.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You're aware that this dude basically cut the dwarves out of their own sort of sneaky trade route, which you know is called the Moonpath Southward.
Southward, okay.
You currently have fairly reasonable access, either prior to this encounter or afterwards, to this guy's house. So, if you want, that's something you can look into.
I'll make a note of that.
Okay, no
Someone's
problem.
close to the mic.
That's Pegasus, I
tag.
think.
Okay, so you don't deal with that information to begin with.
Not immediately. No, I think that's something that B, for all of her faults, and they are many, making snap decisions on anything that relates to Matchstick is not one of them. If that makes sense.
Yeah, totally understandable.
So she'll make a note of that, and she'll think about it and do it. But she's at least right now in her arc not dumb enough to fucking jump immediately on something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. Cool. Alright, so that last scene we get then is... I think maybe you guys are in like one of these commandeered carts, and it's like weirdly sort of nice. It's like a really, really nice version of that old Ossenheim cart from the beginning of Welcome to Ossenheim. You remember that,
the
was it
same one
Rosemary?
that we ended up in Beautiful Future as well, I believe. Probably.
Oh, it is in
It's the same girl, anyway.
I figured it's like old and like peeling paintwork and stuff, isn't it? This one's like newer, and it probably has like gold railing, or at least like gold painted iron.
Oh, what was the name of this guy that these stuff again? Just so I'm making my notes. What was the name of the...
Yes, of course. The family name is the Sunspiel family.
Okay, that's cool. Sorry, go on.
Sort of drows and drow adjacents. And the Clay Heart were the ones who operated the Moonpaths Southward. Which, as far as you know, is... Well, you can read more into it, but it's essentially a smuggling route. You know, you might be able to look into that a little more.
Cool. I was making notes. Go ahead.
But you're in this sort of fairly fancy car, and there's a dead Minotaur strapped to the roof.
Manticore.
Manticore.
Huh? What'd I say? Minotaur?
Minotaur, yeah.
Whatever. They rhyme. It's fine. Oh, man. Should we do Minotaurs next week?
Sure, why not?
I don't know. Maybe.
Sure.
You're probably going to be the DMs. Maybe.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
I have this like sweet Minotaur mini I'm looking at right now.
Oh, nice. Ooh,
Okay.
tempting, that. Yeah, but we get the shot of, I don't know, it's probably like the moon's rising. I don't know. I feel like this was kind of a late afternoon to early evening party. So you each get 400 experience.
Nice.
And from the payment from the Sunspiel family, you each get another 200 gold pieces, with an extra 100 gold pieces each if you're selling Melancholy's jewelry.
The jewelry, yeah, I think so. So that would give us
So
300
that's an extra
each.
300.
Yeah.
So 300 in total
Yeah, okay.
each.
Okay. Cool.
All right, so yeah, that's pretty much the prep I had, in all honesty.
That's good. That's a good fight. I like that.
I wish. I've been applying the young template to a lot of monsters, and I'm not certain on it. I feel like maybe next time I won't, and we'll see what happens.
What's the CR for that?
Originally CR5, young templates are CR4.
Cool. Well, the thing to bear in mind about CRs and stuff is that this is kind of based around the idea that you're having 3 encounters a day, or 3 to 4 encounters a day.
Potentially, yeah.
So it's about like how much resources in a fight are you willing to give up? For,
That makes
like,
sense.
Spells
Whereas
and such.
with B team, it's pretty much a fight a day, so maybe
Yeah.
I need to go up a CR or so.
But, yeah, maybe just
Yeah,
just
I'll look
relative-
into it.
Yeah.
It's like
I mean,
always
equally,
know.
this guy nearly downed Delta in like one attack.
Not
So
really. He took off
He also didn't
just over
drag B
half
in
an
one
hour.
attack as well.
Oh, true. That was fun.
Because like I always know that I
it's
can
fun.
use up my Smite Evils, my Lay on Hands, my spell. I know that I can burn them all up because that's just the nature of B team. So yeah, I think making the bosses and like the minions a little bit harder would work out.
Yeah. Well, something to try for next time. I think I'm actually away next weekend, so we probably. I don't know if you guys want to do a B team. I don't know if Mon will be back. Actually, I don't know when
No,
his
he's got exams till the end of June.
Oh, Graham.
We've got a while yet, I think, I'm
Yeah,
afraid.
we've still got a
Yeah.
couple of B teams between now and then. Then. Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do
Okay.
one, who knows?
That's pretty much what I had.
Well done.
Okay then.
Thank you.
Yeah. GG. Decent fight. What was
Yeah,
the dice?
good.
I kind of like the Grimstalker one better. Thematically, that was nicer looking for me. Though I do like the map in this.
The map here is good. Yeah, I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe pitching it at CR5 might have helped, just because there's only one creature, so you've got to have it to work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I did like that. I played it well. Yeah, maybe leaving it at CR5 might have been an idea, but like it is what it is. Like I think there was certainly it certainly was a fun and unique encounter, which is the main thing, and also like the interaction, like Delta being brought into this situation and realizing like a lot of the people around her are evil. Man, that's interesting. That she
I think it's interesting for a paladin, particularly. You know.
Yeah,
in that situation. I've actually realized I have an epilogue that I forgot about.
Okay, you should probably do that then.
We can do that
Yeah,
before I
it's
cut the
just
stream.
my life in a nutshell. So what we get is we get a couple of days later at the Pathfinder Lodge, and I feel like you're not necessarily sat on a porch B, but it's some sort of outside space. And a courier runs up.
Okay.
A message carrier. It's a halfling gentleman.
Carrier. It's a halfling gentleman. Are you sure?
Yep. Dark-skinned halfling gentleman, shaved head, like a little half cape. You know. And this one is we have updated our privacy policy.
Okay.
This one is a note, and it's like, it's actually a slate. It's a fucking like clay tablet. That's what it is.
Uh-oh.
And
Uh-oh.
it just says like Matchsticks should not have made that move. We would suggest not throwing your lot in with him.
Is it addressed to anyone in particular?
Hmm?
Who's it addressed to?
From anyone in particular? It's engraved in the clay, so I mean, you know, it's probably on the clay heart.
Yeah, no, I'm not who's it from.
God.
I got who's it from.
Grand
Who is it
scheme of
to?
things.
Is it to
Oh.
us? Is it to the whole Pathfinder? Is it to like B specifically?
Well, it's been handed to B.
Okay.
I mean, I think what
Can
happens
be
is the
read
courier.
Dwarven. Is it
Nope.
in Dwarven or is it
The
in Common?
message. It's in common.
Oh, that's
The
good.
messenger like looks around slightly, notices you, B, and like it doesn't know you by name or anything, but does appear to recognize you. And he hands you this clay tablet.
Hmm. Can you write on the back, "fuck you," and send it back again?
No longer at this address.
Wow.
Well,
on,
we've lost
bro.
a lad.
If they want to tussle
God.
with the fucking Tide Knights, they can go ahead, as far as Delta is concerned.
That's what it says on the back.
Yeah, that's what Delta
Jesus.
would honestly be tempted to put on the back. Like, if you want to come at the Tide Knights and some of the Pathfinder Society, you're welcome to try.
Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
She doesn't know who Magic is, though. So.
Threatening criminal organizations, it's all good.
Oh, this is super interesting. Have you
Delta
spoken
is
to?
very much like that, though.
Have I spoken
She
to
would.
Mon?
Yeah,
Yes,
no.
I've spoken to Mon before using Mon's character. That would be rude.
No, just this is super. Yes, great. B's fucked, but it's great.
She is, pretty consistently.
Yeah, B is in so much trouble. Oh, this is great.
You do probably get some Manticore bits as like potion reagents, though. That's pretty
Oh yeah. I'm gonna make a note of the Manticore bits.
You know, don't forget to make a note of the manticore bits. Jesus Christ. And you
I'm
have
an
some
alchemist. Oh, yeah.
and enemies.
B is
Oh.
definitely B team's equivalent of Apollyon when it comes to collecting weird shit.
Which is kind of interesting, because, like, first step, she seemed like the level head on the shoulders.
Yeah,
It's
sort of.
that Von Beck bloodline. It causes
Yeah,
trouble everywhere.
you'll
Yeah.
Von Beck.
What's the Von Beck?
Goodness.
What's the Von Beck family fucking slogan? Is it something along those lines?
Canonically, the Von Beck family motto is "Do the devil."
Oh god, that's really
What
good.
to the devil?
We came, we saw, we fucked it up is also pretty good.
What
I
was
was
the actual
thinking
one?
with-
I didn't hear it.
The actual one is "Do you the devil's work," which is a thing that I've nicked from the actual literary Von Beck family. But
Oh, that's cool. That was,
Well, that's
as you
really
know, it's the whole Michael series where the Von Becks occasionally turn up in general stories. Ever since for the past 10 years at least, I've been using Von Beck characters in various D&D style games that have
Oh,
borrowed
that's
from this.
really cute. I kind of want to hear about Sigmund's extended family. Probably
It's
not
like,
on stream, though.
me and
This has probably gone on a little lot.
my extended network of various alternate universe eggs.
Yes, and
Oh,
this is
that's
also,
good.
and it is alternate universes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course.
It's all alternate universe stuff. But yeah, it's yes, that's me. That's
Good.
my geek.
Characters are great.
Yeah, they are.
Mm.
Shall we wrap
Man.
up
I'm
this
really glad.
Okay.
I'm really glad that Nick's killed this Minotaur because B might have needed to do a shady thing, and I'm glad she didn't need to do it in front of Delta because I don't want B and Delta to not be friends, but I suspect this might happen. It makes me.
It's gonna happen
Oh.
eventually if B doesn't get her act together.
I know, but she's not because she's an idiot.
No, it's
Uh,
fine. It's fine.
Someone's alignment here is
So-
gonna have to change. It's not gonna be Delta. She's too stubborn.
Yep. That's
So
how
you
this is
now
gonna pan out.
have a business document from Matchsticks in your inventory, and also a threatening clay tablet from the clay hut.
No, we've sent the clay tablet back saying.
Oh, did you actually do that?
we?
Okay,
Oh,
that's
okay.
fucking rad.
Well, I'll have shown it to you because B's not so much of an asshole that she'll have gotten feedback from this, but she'll consider sending it back saying no address just to try and
Does it actually get sent back with come and have a go? Do you show it to the others?
Yeah, I definitely show it to Delta, and I assume that Nyx is there because it makes more sense narratively.
Mm.
You're all at lunch and you just show
Yeah.
that.
No,
Delta, this is
no,
also
no. I go to
Delta. This is also the second time you've seen this Matchsticks name in about 24 hours.
Yeah, I'm suspicious. I'm gonna do some research when I can, but
yeah.
Delta
I think I need
she's
to give
not.
Delta that opportunity to.
She is not threatened by this at all. She is very confident. She's kind of silver spoon in her mouth, which is not something I've really explored very much. But she has a wealthy family. She's part of a powerful organization. She's in with another fairly powerful organization. She is not scared by it very much.
Yeah, you'll have resources. It's pretty good.
Yeah, but Delta's got a lot of resources, but I don't really use them very much because it feels unfair. So
Meh. Fair.
Delta is not. She
okay,
is not
so
phased.
I
So
think-
she would be.
Well, how does Nyx feel about this?
Yeah, how does Nyx feel? He's more of a regular intern scrub.
I'm not sure if I should be offended or not.
I feel like every other intern in the room just turns and stares you down at that.
Well, I feel like it is a thing that
how
Delta's
does
got a
how
class
does
difference.
Nyx feel about that? As B seems to be randomly getting involved with big fish.
Nick,
And this wouldn't be a like a lunch or anything. This would be like a late night kind of huddle situation.
Nix is very mercenary at the end of the day. He is of the he takes his work as an intern. I hate to use that term for Nix because he doesn't see himself as being someone who's that low skilled. It's just as a job, as a way of surviving. If he gets paid, he's not a bad person, but he'll get paid. He will happily be paid to do bad things.
Mm-hmm. Very neutral.
So
Cool.
He
Fair
doesn't
enough.
care. Cool. And how,
it's
so
no, it's not so much he doesn't care. It's just
He's paid to do it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a case of he will. I'm sure he will have a moral compass at some point that may
Yeah, I feel
appear,
like
but he
with
currently
Nyx,
doesn't have it.
He does have like moral standards, but they're like not very high.
His morals are directly tied to his bank balance.
Yeah.
Currently, they're very easily purchased. Yes.
as a contractor, I feel that. Yeah.
He is, he's a contractor, as you say. You
Yeah.
know, he is neutral. You know, I think his alignment is neutral. No, tell a lie. His alignment. I changed that then because that is not his alignment on his character sheet.
There is a list of companies that I personally won't work for, but it's not.
No, that's fair. We'll do what we need to.
Shall we end the stream?
Oh
Yeah.
no. Well, and actually, the question is,
Yeah.
we're sending this clay tablet back. Are we sending?
Yeah.
Are we sending it back saying no longer at this address, or are we saying it back? Fuck you. And I think this is on Delta. I think this is on Delta. We'll go
I feel like Delta
says.
would say send it back, but with the logos of the Pathfinder Society and the Tide Knights engraved into it, just to make sure that they know who they're getting in with.
Oh,
So we're
that's
saying
pretty
we
good
don't
too.
we don't want to do work for nasty people.
Yeah.
So
I
we
mean,
are-
that was
it's
less
not-
of an offer of
it's-
work and more a threat. But
Yeah.
Yeah, we're basically
Well-
saying,
Yeah, we don't want to work with nasty people.
yeah.
You know, they're threatening us, and we say, yeah, fuck you. We got our dad's bigger than your dad.
Yeah, basically. Our stick is bigger.
Yeah. So
Nice.
are we basically sending it back with these things? Basically, that says "get fucked" on it.
Yeah,
Literally.
well, in
Just
my mind, there's no words. It's just those logos. It's just that. It's a statement on its own without being, like, aggravational, if that's even a word.
Yeah, no, I get you. Like, it will aggro them. Like, it will. But we'll see how this pans out.
Yeah,
which I
but they
love.
need to be sure
Yeah.
of who they're getting in with, because we do have... We're in the groups, we've got protection.
Yeah.
And so Delta feels.
Okay.
Cool. Duly noted. I'm
I just like the idea
of
of my dad's bigger than your dad.
Yeah. Oh man, that would be good. I want to do that with like a goblin and then a bugbear. Anyway, right. So stream over. I
Yeah,
think
let's
that,
end the
that
stream.
seems good. Bye for this week
Bye-bye,
from
stream.
PATHCO
See
BT.
you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.